What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Talk. As usual, I'm your host, Patrick Hennessy, joined tonight by the man himself, Jay Lonzo. How are we doing tonight, Jalen?
I feel good, Pat. We got a new setup. The Yankees are hot. Things are looking up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm positive too, despite the fact that we have a little bit of a negative subject to talk about today, and that's the fact that the Yankees sent down Greg Allen following Wednesday night's win. It's not what you want to see, and I really don't understand the reasoning behind it. But before we get into that, everyone be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more. We're going live on this channel before and after every single Yankees game this season, so stay tuned for all that content. But like I said, topic of the video today, we're going to be breaking down why the Yankees sent down Greg Allen, maybe reasoning in their eyes why it would make sense. But I think the main subject that we really want to focus on is whether or not the Yankees made a huge mistake in doing so. Because I'll start this off. Personally, I think the Yankees made a huge mistake setting down Greg Allen. And I'll tell you guys exactly why. One reason only. We're talking about a guy who should be the Yankees starting center fielder, especially over Brett Gardner. We're not talking about the Yankees have like Mike Trout in center field. Okay, you have Brett Gardner, who Brian Cashman went on the record of saying that like he's their best starting center field option, which is wrong. Especially if like you break down the numbers, because you know the Yankees are such a huge fan of analytics, right? You would think that they would favor them when it comes to a guy like Greg Allen, but that's clearly not the case. Because if you look at his splits in the month of July, bro, in 33 at-bats, the dude batted .273 with a .419 on base and an .873 OPS. Jalen, do you want to just guess what Brett Gardner's numbers look like in the month of July? You know, like their starting center fielder that they
I
sent Greg
can't
Allen.
imagine. I can't imagine he had over a 600 OPS. I can't imagine he had more than. I mean, he had one stolen base this whole season, so maybe
Yeah.
that came in July. I don't know. Either way, whatever it was, he doesn't deserve to be starting. I'm not even going to say for the Yankees. He shouldn't be a starting outfielder in the major leagues anymore. Like he is dead last in expected batting average. His slugging percentage is terrible. He doesn't really get on base as much as everyone thinks he does. He obviously doesn't steal bases anymore. When he's on base, he's not a great base runner. He's not a good defender. He has no arm in the outfield. Like what are we missing here? What are we missing?
He could be playing on Team USA. He could be doing that in the
Sure.
Olympics. But that's the only way I could see Brett
Go
Gardner
for it.
playing like professional
Him
baseball.
him and Tyler Austin can go tear it up.
No, literally. But I mean, listen, we're kind of like looking at Gardner's numbers in the month of July. Like I said, in 59 at-bats, a little bit more at-bats than Greg Allen. But Gardy batted 169 with a 286 on base, and a 540 OPS. And did
I was
not
on the
have a
mark.
stolen base. Did
I
not have a
said that.
stolen base.
I told you. Under
but
600 OPS.
Jalen, we're talking about a guy with a 540 OPS in the month of July. I'm not going to mention his August stats because it's only 7 at-bats. It's not really a substantial sample size. But I truly can't understand the reasoning behind the Yankees sending down Greg Allen. And I think that they made a huge mistake in doing so because you look at the skill set and you look at the tools that he provides to this Yankees team. It's something that they're desperately missing, right? You're looking at a guy who's a switch-hitting outfielder who I believe plays all 3 outfield positions, is a great fielder, has a great arm, and has provided the Yankees with a pretty solid bat since coming up as well. So do you have any idea why the Yankees could have made this move?
No, I mean, well, the other thing that about Greg Allen is he gets on base. He's a spark. He steals bases. Like he's been up for a little, I'd say probably maybe 3-4 weeks now before he got sent down, obviously today. But stealing bases right out the gate, hitting runs, like making diving plays in the outfield, cutting balls off before he gets to the gap. Like he does the little things as well, like scoring on a ball in a gap from first, going first to third on a base hit. Things that I feel like, yes, some of the Yankees sometimes Brett Gardner and Tyler Wade might do it here and there, but he just immediately just injected life into this Yankee offense. And it was at a time where we needed it most, right? Right after the break, we lost Gio, we lost Judge, like we were down, and we desperately needed some kind of punch, and he was that. I'm just not really sure why he's the guy, right? I understand sending down Florio. Maybe you want him to get constant at bats. He still's working through some problems with the breaking ball. Got it. But when you look at a guy who pretty much across baseball, when you talk to different analysts and MLB announcers, teams of other teams as well, not just ours, everyone seems to agree Greg Allen is the perfect candidate to slot right into that 9-hole for the New York Yankees right now. Switch hitter, balance out the lineup, and play center field. Gallo in left, Judge in right, Stanton DH until Voit comes back. When Voit comes back, you hope that you have a good problem to solve. But right now, there's no other way that you can look at this Yankees team and say that Greg Allen shouldn't be the starting center fielder.
I think it just sends a shockwave through the Yankees organization if that shockwave wasn't already sent. And it kind of just sends a really bad message to the players that no matter how well you perform and no matter how well you produce, your spot is always going to be taken away by a veteran. No matter how bad that they're performing, your spot is always going to be less than theirs. And I think that that's just, bro, you look at all these guys in the organization, how they've been treated like that. And this is nothing new. Greg Allen's nothing new. He's getting the Clinton Frazier treatment. He's getting the Mike Tauchman treatment. He's getting the Hoy Jun Park treatment. He's getting the Trey Ambergy treatment. No matter how good of a young talent you are and no matter how many skills you provide, bro, it means nothing as long as guys like Brett Gardner are on this team, Tyler Wade are on this team, Rougned Odor are on this team. And the Yankees like to consider themselves such like an analytically advanced organization, right? But they tend to nitpick these advanced analytics when they want to use them and when it fits their narrative. Just like you said, Brett Gardner ranks like dead last in the league when it comes to expected batting average, I believe, expected slugging percentage, hard hit percentage, all these advanced numbers that count for a lot to determine the player's value. The Yankees tend to just ignore them when it comes to Brett Gardner, and they ignore them on like the good side of things when it comes to guys like Greg Allen, who have pretty good advanced analytics.
Yeah, and I mean, it's interesting because we talk about, if the shockwave or message to the younger players and the players in our farm system has come across their table, and I'm very confident that it has. I think it's a thing now, like in our minor league system. You see a guy like Trey Ambergy when he has been on base for like the past 70 games in AAA and hasn't got a call up, when half of our outfield depth in our major league eligible on the 40 man are all with COVID or injured, whatever it is, and he still won't get a call up, and he's posting pictures like with the Akon song Locked Up. Like it's a thing. And
I'd celebrate if I got traded by the Yankees and I'm a minor leaguer. I'd be cheering, bro.
That's why I was hoping for Clint Frazier that he would be traded at the deadline. Not because I don't want Clint Frazier to be in pinstripes anymore, but just because I want him to get his shot, and then know he's not getting it with the Yankees. Like, let's be clear.
And honestly, like that's why I kind of like view this Greg Allen situation right here. And yes, to answer like the main question of today's episode, yes, I think that sending down Greg Allen is a huge mistake for the Yankees. I think you could agree with me when I say this, but I viewed him as the Yankees starting center fielder. I thought he would have been a perfect fit as the Yankees starting center fielder. Clearly, I don't think that that's going to be the case anymore. Obviously, we don't know if he's going to be back up this season. I hope we see him at some point because I think he would be a great fit. But at the end of the day, I guess the only word to kind of describe how I'm feeling about the Yankees sending him down is disappointment, right? I think I really just want to see him succeed in the Bronx. And now I guess this just means that we're going to see a lot more of Brett Gardner in center field. And as unfortunate that it is, it just seems like it's the harsh reality of the Yankees right now, right?
Yeah, hopefully the best thing about baseball is that there are 8 other guys on the field at the same time. And when we're hitting, there's only one guy up. So hopefully the Yankees can just play well enough that we can kind of forget how much of a black hole we have in center field right now. And sweep the Mariners. I think they go into Kansas City after that, and just continue to play well. I always say I don't really care who's in the jerseys or what numbers on the back, as long as the team on the front is getting a W at the end of the night. And truthfully, I mean, Brett Gardner was in the lineup tonight. We got a W. I felt great about it. So if Brett Gardner plays center field and he does horrible or he does great, I don't really care as long as we win. But it would have definitely been nice to have seen a lot of the guys you just named get a fair shot and potentially contribute to more wins over the course of the last, now going on probably 5-6 years.
I agree 1,000%. I think the only way to wrap things up today is by saying, Greg Allen, if you're watching this, we love you. I wish that you would have gotten opportunities as a Yankee starting center fielder. But with that being said, that is going to wrap up things for today's episode of Unhinged Talk. You guys know the deal. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more, because we're going live before and after every single Yankees game this season. So stay tuned for all that content. But you guys know the deal. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. We'll see you all next time. Let's go, Yankees. Peace.